Hi everyone, my name is Jean and the name of my channel is Jean Home Decor and More. Welcome back and welcome if you're new. I'm so happy that you guys stopped by today. So today is going to be all about plants. You guys who are, my subscribers or returning visitors, you guys know how much I love plants. So I had a lot of them in this kitchen corner over here. I would say this is the south facing side of my home, but it gets a lot of nice sun over there and the plants were really growing. I have a monstera that was over there and a peace lily and they just got huge. So I moved them out and you guys have seen that on a previous video. I have my monstera in my family room / living room. And the peace lily, I have it in my dining room. So now what I want to do is repot a couple of plants. So this is a Dieffenbachia. So I have this one and then I have this one as well. So I want to combine these two. I got a pot for that. And then these two I want to combine. Now, but I might not. I might put this one in this pot right here because this, guys, I don't know if you have one, but if you don't, they're really good to have because you can see the water in this one. This is a self-watering plant. Let me come up a little closer. Can you see the water in here? So this is a self-watering plant and I've had this for quite a while. But I think that I don't always look, in the bottom, which I should. So it has, it has some brown spots because I overwatered it. So overwatering it means maybe you're overwatering it too often. Not the amount that you put in. So typically what I do, and most of you guys already know this, but I stick my finger down, and if the first part of it, like if I put my finger up to here, to where my knuckle is, if it's dry, then it's time to water it. So, what I see some people do is that they put them in the sink and let them run through till all the excess water runs out. And I may try to start doing that because I haven't been doing that. I just kind of eyeball it. I try not to put too much water in it. Self-watering planters are nice to have. So this Dieffenbachia does have a shoot coming on, which is nice. It has a couple of them. And this one does as well. So what I want to try to do is combine these two. Okay, now y'all, this one is new. So y'all know what I told you, that with some plants in the past, I had a love-hate relationship with them. There were some that I just couldn't grow. I'm going to show you one of them. Hold on. You guys, see this right here? This is so pretty. Let me bring it around to you. You see that? Isn't that pretty? I used to have a love-hate relationship with this plant. So it's a Chinese evergreen because you have to take the time to learn them, which I think sometimes people are impatient. They don't want to do that. And so they might opt for, they say, look, I'm busy. I don't have time. So they'll opt for a faux plant. But I think that every house needs, one. Just get one. If you don't have any, get one live plant. Because, I just like taking care of them. You learn about them. It takes time to study them. So I love that Chinese evergreen. And it is also, in a self-watering planter. And then I have it sitting in this pot. So I might spray paint the outside of this because I know I wanted all my pots to be kind of uniform and have them all white. So I may eventually spray paint it. But yeah, I love this Chinese evergreen. So now I'm starting to, I've been studying it. So there's a lot of plant moms and dads out there. And they really know how to deal with this. The trick for me, don't water it. Just water it infrequently. This is a plant that I would say can go maybe 3 weeks without watering it. So sometimes I was watering plants maybe once a week. Some of them don't need to be watered once a week. So I think I got the the lowdown on this guy. So let me take him back home. All right, here's another one, guys, that I had a love-hate relationship with. This is the Aglaonema. And so it's really coming along. In the beginning, when I first got this, I had a lot of, I don't have too much now. This one spot has been here for a while, but this is really healthy now. And the trick for me, was not to water it so much, and so as you can see here, I had the big peace lily and the monstera over here in this corner, and along with these other plants, it was just way too much. So this one was in my dining room, and I brought this in here. Now, I don't know what this is called. If you know what this is called, you can drop a comment in the comment box below. I would appreciate it. So this is, well, let's move over here. So we know that this is, I call it a snake plant, but that's not the proper term. It's not the scientific term. And this is some type of pothos, Christmas cactus, monstera. This is a dracaena, and this was my mom's, and this plant has to be a good 13 or 14 years old. I brought it with me from Maryland in the back of the car, and she's just hanging in there. When I first got here, guys, none of this at the bottom was there, so that's really growing. And this is also some type of pothos. Here's another dracaena that's doing well. You can see how much sun these plants get over in this corner, which is why I kept them over there. And this is a rubber plant, and this has a lot of, new shoots on it, you can see. So as you can see here is the peace lily. Look how big that is. So it's time for me to water her again. She likes a lot of water. And so, and I got this plant stand. Y'all, I talked to you in my last video about the plant stands that I got from Home Goods. Boy, oh boy, Home Goods has a lot of nice plant stands. I got this one last year. But, yeah, she's starting to flower, but she can take a lot of water. Now moving over to this corner, this is a monstera. She's growing nicely, and you can see she's got some vine on her. This is my Chinese evergreen. This is some type of pothos. And here's another, this is a pink Aglaonema, and I just moved her over here because by the front door, because it gets a lot of light over here pretty much all day, and she seems to like a lot of light. Now this guy right here, this is a Chinese evergreen as well. Now you can see Chinese evergreens have different variations in the way that their leaves look. Now, I really had difficulty with this plant getting it to grow. And I was thinking to myself, I'm not going to buy any more of these because this guy and me just don't get along. But what I decided to do, I said, let me try a terracotta pot. And so I put him in a terracotta pot, and he seems to like that. And now here's the other monstera that was in the corner with the peace lily. And you can see how big he's gotten. So, and he really grew fast. Oh my goodness, guys. When I first got him, he was kind of small. I haven't even had this guy a year yet. So if you're looking for a fast growing plant, get a monstera. So I wipe these plants off and the pots. Because when you pick these pots up from Lowe's, you just want to make sure that you don't have any dirt residue or anything like that. You want them nice and residue free. want to show you a couple of other things. So I have this river pebbles I'm going to put for drainage in both of these pots. And then I used to get Miracle-Gro plant food. But when I went to the nursery, they told me to get this. And this is actually, a lot better for your plants. They said sometimes the Miracle-Gro can be really strong for your plants and can burn the roots. So since I have been using this for all you plant lovers, or if you're new and you want to start, you can check out a local nursery. I have not seen this in Lowe's, but actually I haven't looked. But anyway, like I said, I picked this up from the nursery. So anyway, so that's that one. So we have this one done. So we'll sit this one over here. And when I get ready to water it, I'm going to use just a little bit, because even though this is better than Miracle-Gro, I did see this online. Like if after you repot your plants, you don't want to put too much plant food in them because you don't want to shock your plant. So I'll probably just maybe do, for this plant, maybe a half a teaspoon. Okay, so that's the story with that one. So now we have a different Bachia, y'all. All right. So let's do this little guy right here. But this should grow quite nicely because it was getting a little pop down in the other plant. And this pot really isn't all that big. So, today is Fun with Plants Day, guys. Part of home decor. Because if you have your plants, you want to kind of keep them nice. Okay, guys, so that's it. I don't have any other plans to repot. I'm going to rinse this planter out, and we're good. So we are good. So now I have to commence to clean it up, okay? So, like I said, I took this plant out of, this plant was in here. So you can see how big it had gotten. And so this looks nice. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And so I'll keep you posted on this aglaonema. And then we have planted our, mixed in an older Dieffenbachia in with the new one. So this should work out quite nicely. So I'll keep you guys posted. But it's nice to have plants. If you don't have one, like I said, a live plant, just try one. It's a lot of fun. You learn something about plants. They help with oxygen in your home and with a beautiful aesthetic that you can have in your home by adding a live plant. And in addition to watering my plants, I spray them pretty frequently, maybe once a week. And then I also keep the leaves clean by using this Leaf Shine. So I hope that you guys enjoyed my video today with my plants. If you do, please give me a big thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel. I would love to have you join my growing channel. I do so appreciate all your support. You guys be blessed. And until the next one, bye-bye.